The first teaser for Sony's Madam Web features the debut of Ezekiel Sims as an evil Spider-Man. Ezekiel Sims is a classic character from the original Marvel comics, who help our original Spider-Man to take his first steps into a larger world of destiny and totems. However, it looks that Madam Web's version will have some key differences, and he will likely have some darker origins as the movie's primary villain. But who the hell is this dark Spider-Man, and what role he plays in the Spider-Man life in the comics? Let's find out. In the comics, Ezekiel Sims' first appearance comes in 2001's Amazing Spider-Man issue 30. This comic was created by J. Michael Straczynski and John Romita. The first meeting of Ezekiel with Spider-Man comes as a surprise. When Ezekiel introduces himself to Peter Parker, he was sticking to the side of a building. This intro confirms his similar abilities while also revealing that he knows Peter's secret identity. However, in the comics, Ezekiel is not a villain. Instead, he becomes a spiritual mentor of Peter. Ezekiel reveals their shared status as cosmic spider totems and the destiny that comes with it. While Peter was bitten by a radioactive spider, Ezekiel's powers came from a violent ritual conducted in a spider temple in Peru, which was also teased in the Madam Web teaser. In the comics, Ezekiel's primary mission is focused on his attempts to protect Spider-Man and other spider totems such as Silk from the threat of Morlun. In the comics, Morlun is a vampiric being known as an inheritor seeking to consume the life forces of all spider heroes across the Spider-Verse. In many ways, we can say Ezekiel is the character who initially opened the door in the comics to grander concepts such as the Spider-Verse and the multiversal web of life and destiny, something that is greatly connected to Madam Web herself. As such, Ezekiel's role in the Madam Web movies is quite fitting and exciting, even if he appears to be more of a villain based on this new trailer, but I feel there is something more to the story. The biggest visual difference between Madam Web's Ezekiel and the comics version is the new spider suit. While there is another Ezekiel from an alternate universe, who had a costume after taking over the Spider-Man's role, following the death of his world's Peter Parker, however, this movie spider suit is certainly darker and more sinister. In the movie, the live-action Ezekiel Sims is also seen in certain shots dressed as he predominantly looks in the comics, wearing a more traditional suit while barefoot so he can still stick to walls. This includes the older Ezekiel in the future who's featured battling Sony's new live-action spider heroes. This darker motivation for Ezekiel, where he's trying to kill these future spider women, is very different from what's seen on the page. As such, it's possible that Sony Pictures may be combining Ezekiel's character with Morlun. After all, it certainly seems as though he's trying to hunt down and kill all of these classic spider heroes, something that's definitely more Morlun in the comics as an inheritor. In the comics, Ezekiel Sims has the equivalent spider powers as Spider-Man, despite his abilities comes from the aforementioned ritual in the jungles of Peru. These powers include Spider-Man's strength, agility, spider senses, and the ability to stick to walls. However, he's immune to Spider-Man's spider sense and vice versa. It's also worth noting that Ezekiel has a vast fortune at his disposal, allowing him to construct high-tech bunkers and more in his mission to protect both himself and his fellow spider totems from inheritors like Morlun. However, in the upcoming Madam Web movie, it looks as some new powers are being given to this darker Ezekiel. As well, this may include a level of clairvoyance that is seemingly on par with Cassandra Webb herself, though at the very least he has knowledge of his own future and those of the future spider women. It also looks as though he may have the ability to drain life forces seen when he grabs Maddie Franklin on a train. Having the ability to see the future, the trailer shows an older Ezekiel being attacked by Julia Carpenter, Anya Corazon, and Maddie Franklin, all dressed in their spider costumes from the comics and possessing superpowers. This explains why the younger Ezekiel in the present is attempting to hunt down the girls likely before they get powers, and why Cassandra is trying to protect them using her own abilities to sense future events. This is further proof that Ezekiel Sims' powers and origins in Madam Web may be mixed with Morlun in the new Sony Spider-Man Universe movie. So guys, that's it. What are your thoughts on this new Spidey villain? Please tell me in comments. If you guys like my content, please like this video. And for more amazing videos, don't forget to subscribe Soups 24/7. So guys, thank you for watching. See you soon.